Remember, this is a 150-day-long yatra. So far, Rahul Gandhi has been out and about on the streets for 624 kilometers. It started on the 7th of September in Kanyakumari, and he will ultimately travel 3,570 kilometers from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. From what we have seen so far, how is this yatra shaping up? Is it turning out to be a big coming out moment for Rahul Gandhi that the Congress would hope that it is? Is it going to be of only marginal consequence in the larger political scheme of things? Or is it a complete washout, as the Ashok Gehlot episode in Delhi has shown recently? The Congress's challenges are very different from the ones that Rahul Gandhi is trying to address during his yatra. So we've got three scenarios. We'll look at this. Joining us on this broadcast, representing the Congress party, its spokesperson Rohan Gupta, squaring off against him for a perspective from the BJP, Sanju Verma. Rashid Kinbai joins us again, one of my favorite commentators on the Congress party. We've got Yogender Yadav joining us, ace political analyst, also now a politician. Sandeep Shastri is his former colleague at CSDS. He's still fully an analyst, not a politician, thank God for that. And we've got Tushar Gupta, who's a senior editor at the right-leaning Swarajya magazine. So let's get started. I want to ask Rohan Gupta first why you believe, from all that we've seen so far in these 624 kilometers with Rahul Gandhi currently in Mysuru in Karnataka, that this yatra has been a big, grand success.
Rahul, the way the yatra is shaping up, the way BJP has to attack the yatra every day, it is quite evident that they have been shattered. This yatra is not about any negativity, it is about uniting the country. It is about the price rise, it is about the unemployment. So the way the traction is, the kind of traction we are getting on ground is amazing. BJP was talking that, okay, if it enters BJP-ruled state, the yatra will collapse. What has happened in Karnataka? It is getting tremendous, outstanding response in Karnataka. The point here is, Rahul, whatever you say, walking 600 kilometers, like there were apprehensions in the beginning, whether Mr. Rahul Gandhi will walk the yatra completely, whether he'll join in between. No, he has walked completely all the days. It's not a joke, Rahul. Whatever you say, you require very, very strong commitment towards the cause. Walking 22 kilometers
No, but his physical fitness was never in doubt. It's the political fitness that's been in question.
No, absolutely not. There might be question in your mind because you are looking at it from that perspective. You require strong determination, Rahul. Right? Unless and until you have strong determination for the cause, nobody is going to walk 22 kilometers a day and 3,500 kilometers. See the way
okay.
He's meeting.
So Sanju Verma, here's what we know. Rahul Gandhi is getting some traction. Forget this television debate, even outside on social media, those images of Rahul drenched in the rain. I mean, forget the fact that Rahul is drenched and he's speaking. The fact that people are standing there listening to him when it's raining so much, that generated some chatter. He's been out talking about all the issues that this yatra is about. All of this is leading the Congress to think that this yatra is turning out so far to be a success.
You know, Rahul, you gave excellent introductions of everybody, but mine was a very abridged one on a lighter note. Coming, to the more important point of the debate, I just want to say a couple of things. First and foremost, Rahul Gandhi is not participating, in any marathon. He's not a potential contender. He's well past the expiry date for any kind of international sports events. So whether he can walk 22 kilometers a day, whether he can jump into the sea and show his swimming skills, whether he can speak in the rain, I think, let's not trivialize national politics. The fact of the matter is this: when the voters decide to cast their vote next year for the Karnataka Assembly polls, they will judge whether the current Basavaraj Bommai government has delivered or not. And at more than 17.5 lakh crore, Karnataka is amongst the top 5 states in terms of GSDP, gross state domestic product. Karnataka saw a 137% jump in FDI. After Gujarat and Maharashtra, Karnataka has the highest amount of FDI flows into India in the last 18 months.
So we'll come to Karnataka in just a moment. We're focusing so far on Rahul Gandhi's Yatra. Yogendra Yadav, you wrote... Okay, go on.
Quickly. I just have this to say. There's a famous saying, and I think it holds apt for Rahul Gandhi with no ifs or buts whatsoever. A leopard can never change his spots. I bet my last penny. You know more about Indian politics. You understand it better than a whole host of us here on your panel, Rahul. Today, your namesake, Rahul Gandhi, is giving speeches in the rain. I bet once this 150-day yatra is over and he covers those 35 or 3,700 odd kilometers, he will be spending the next few weeks either in London or in Switzerland or in Nepal.
Now that's the problem, Rohan
Italy.
Gupta. The fact that during this yatra he isn't doing badly, even his worst critics will concede that it's not been a disaster, the yatra is going okay. Sanju Verma raising this important point about consistency, saying that once this yatra gets over, Rahul Gandhi will jet set, go off wherever it is that he goes. We have no information about, neither do we wish to intrude into where he's going holidaying, but he'll be out while Modi, Yogi, Shah will be out toiling away. Rahul Gandhi will do this cameo. This is longer than a cameo, but he'll do this and then he'll be off again. The problem with him is of consistency.
Absolutely not, Rahul. If you have seen Mr. Rahul Gandhi, whether it is Corona time, Hathras, Unnao, he has fought for the cause of people from the beginning. See, it is the propaganda of BJP that they put kind of lens on an individual. Everybody has individual life. You cannot say that every 24 hours you have to give audit report of what you are doing. You see what kind of things he has fought, whether it is GST, whether it is note ban, whether it is Unnao, whether it is Hathras, whether it is COVID failure. You tell me which event he was not there on ground. He has fought with this government, with the clarity, with the honesty. You tell me which other leader could even dare to fight with this government. Obviously, you can create propaganda around anybody. Even before this yatra started.
No, one second. Because it's about fighting your government. Therefore, let me just throw this open to some of the other participants. I'll start with Yogendra Yadav. No, one second. I'll come back to you in just a moment. Sanju ji, thoda sa wait karo na. You just said, why is it a disaster? Let's hear from some of the others. Yogendra Yadav, you wrote the obituary of the Congress party after the 2019 general elections. During this yatra, you've called it like a Dakshayanan movement. Why have you had this change of heart? Why do you think this yatra seems to be going well from the Congress's perspective and from Rahul Gandhi's perspective?
There is no rupture, there is no difference, there is no U-turn which exists in the minds of many observers. First of all, Rahul, if your house is on fire, then you see only two parties. Those who are carrying a bucket of water for whatever reason, whatever motive, and those who are carrying a bottle of petrol. You do not say that I had a quarrel with this neighbor day before yesterday and I'll not accept water when he's bringing when my house is on fire. Today, this country is being dismantled by those who are at the very apex of constitutional power. And anyone who stands up to it, be it the Congress, be it any other opposition party, be it any other movement or social group, we shall stand with them. They are our allies, they are friends of India. Besides, I think people have completely misunderstood what I had said. And since, Rahul, you do read things, may I urge you to please read that article again. I had very strongly critiqued the Congress, but I had critiqued the Congress because it was unable to take on the BJP in the manner in which it should have taken on, because the constitution of this country is at stake. That's exactly what I am saying today, because the stakes are even higher today. Like before, I'm again saying Congress has the first responsibility, and if Congress appears to be taking a step towards that, it is my duty as a citizen of this country to forget my own party, to forget any other interest, to forget anything in the past, and to stand with anyone who stands for the country today. And Rahul, when I speak about Dakshinayan, I don't have in mind upward or downward mobility of any political party. What I have in mind is something very simple, that for far too long, India, its vision has been defined in terms of North Indian Hindi heartland. Even people like me speak of Ganga Jamuni Sanskriti, of Nanak, Kabir and so on. This beginning of the yatra from Kanyakumari is literally an invitation to look at the map of India, south up. South India, states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra, they have contributed such deep ideas that at this moment of constitutional crisis, where the very idea of India is being challenged, the idea of a federal, secular, inclusive India is being challenged, the ideas that should come up are in the south. So beginning it from south is a beautiful moment, and that's what I call Dakshina.
But in the real world, there's a big election in Gujarat, an election in Himachal Pradesh. A recent poll over the weekend shows the BJP romping home in power in Gujarat, doing well in Himachal. How do you see the Congress, and more specifically Rahul Gandhi, benefit from this yatra, Professor Yadav?
These are very good questions, Rahul, but you're dialing a wrong number. You should be asking a Congress person. Please ask them. These are very, very good questions. For someone like me, what Congress is going to gain out of it is not of any consideration. Tomorrow, if DMK does something, I would support it. If Samajwadi does it, if Trinamool Congress does it, anyone who does it, I would support it. Their gains or losses in politics, everything has some gains for someone, some losses for someone, some intended, some unintended. For me and for people's movements which have joined Bharat Jodo Yatra, what matters is not gains to any one party or one leader. What matters is the country's gains. And as a matter of fact, that's exactly what we say in our statement of support. We do not tie ourselves to any party, any leader.
Okay.
For us, support to Bharat Jodo Yatra is an affirmation of our support to any initiative taken to defend our republic at this critical
Tushar
moment.
Gupta, at a time when a lot of the opposition leaders seem to have gone soft in their attack against the BJP, Rahul Gandhi, through this yatra, affirming once again that he is unabashed in his attack. So for whatever it is worth, in that opposition space, the non-BJP opposition space, Rahul Gandhi seeking to establish that he is a force. And the yatras we saw in the rain yesterday in Karnataka, before that in Kerala, the yatra is attracting a decent traction on the ground. Would you concede that Rahul Gandhi, especially given his reputation and his past track record, seems to have done better than people would have expected?
Good evening, Rahul. I admire that optimism. I admire the fact that one can still believe that Rahul Gandhi in the opposition space can still emerge as a leader. But I did not see this force, this vigorous, this energy in March 2022 when BJP lost 5 states, losing the 3 in which they were expected to win and losing in Punjab to Aam Aadmi Party. So still I do not believe that Rahul Gandhi is emerging any stronger out of this. And I ironically agree with the Congress spokesperson that the Congress cannot provide updates every 24 hours about the Yatra, but the updates are us to see. Look at what's happening in the Congress president election, the party president election. Mallikarjun Kharge comes out in the public and says we should have a consensus candidate. Where is democracy in the party? Look at what's playing out in Rajasthan. A repeat of what happened in Punjab just before the state elections. Over there you had Navjot Singh Sidhu and Captain Amrinder Singh. Here you have Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot. So where does it leave the leadership of the party? And Rahul, one very important question. If Rahul Gandhi wants to emerge as the leader, the one opposition leader who can lead the other regional parties in 2024, Gujarat and Himachal was where he should be focusing. There would be time for Karnataka next year. There would be time for Kerala before 24. There would be time for other parts of India before 24. But right now the focus should have been Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh to set an example that yes, Congress is still in the game, that yes, Congress can still give BJP a fight for 2024. But what do we have?
Rohan Gupta, respond to this. You know, what happened in Delhi last week, Ashok Gehlot rebelling against Sonia Gandhi, refusing to step down as CM. Mallikarjun Kharge being brought out virtually as a last-minute patchwork consensus candidate. Those are the real challenges and problems of the Congress party. He's drenched in the rain in Karnataka, but addressing a set of issues which are distant from the real problems of the Congress, which have been exposed before the entire nation throughout the last several days.
See, Rahul, it is the way you look at the issue, right? It is your perspective. The way there are a lot of questions been asked about the democracy in Congress party, that only Gandhi family takes the decision, there won't be any democratic elections. What more democracy you want, Rahul? This is the party which is the first party of India, which is holding democratic elections within the party, which is showing that every day things are changing. how it is fixed, how it is puppet president. When the things are changing in front of you, obviously there were issues, and finally you could see that there is a contest which is to go, which is going to happen. So my point here is you cannot criticize Congress party for each and everything. You need to give credit, Rahul, sometimes that we could hold the elections the way we promised. We could hold the elections where so-called control of the Gandhi family is not there because it is democratic elect, and we will show you that our president is elected democratically. He will select his team democratically. You tell me which other party in India has done this. BJP is asking questions to us. They have just silently nominated that person for 3 more years. The extension is given. Why no questions have been asked to BJP on that ground?
Okay, let Sanju Verma respond to the question of Nadda ji getting another extension. There wasn't much of an election there. It is as much a selection as anything else, and therefore how can the BJP claim to be more democratic? For what it is worth, the Congress is at least going through the motions and having this Kharge versus Tharoor fight.
Rahul, let me be very clear. JP Nadda getting a second term consecutively is based on merit. He has led the party into victory in 4 out of 5 assembly polls that were held earlier this year. 4 out of 5 means a strike rate of 80%. Whereas Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu, that campaign by Priyanka Gandhi Vadra won the Congress 2.35% vote share and just 2 measly seats. Have we seen Priyanka Gandhi Vadra resigning as the General Secretary of Uttar Pradesh Congress, which is what was her designation prior to the polls? Have we seen Rahul Gandhi not being anointed every few months as the next best thing after brown bread, despite the fact that he has led his party into losses in 45 big and small elections in the last 8 years? And I'll tell you one thing, there have been only 12 non-Gandhis who have held the position of Congress president in the last 137 years of the Congress's old history, and none of these 12 non-Gandhis could ever complete their entire term. I want to ask you, Rahul, before Amit Shah it was Rajnath Singh, after Amit Shah it was JP Nadda, before Rajnath Singh it was Nitin Gadkari, prior to that we had the likes of LK Advani. There has always been an element of surprise. No journalist could ever predict who will be the next BJP president. Now let me finish because there
you couldn't have guessed Mallikarjun Kharge either. On a completely different note, you wouldn't have known it will be Mallikarjun Kharge either.
Let me please finish, Rahul. Let me please finish. Let's be very clear about one thing. The Congress is a private limited company and it is run like a family retainership. And the only 4 people who take all decisions, all bona fide and mala fide decisions, it could be Kharge, Tharoor, KN Tripathi or anyone. It could have even been Ashok Gehlot for that matter. Anybody with basic common sense and an understanding of even a wee bit of Indian polity knows the shots are called by Sonia Gandhi, her son Rahul Gandhi, who needs a resurrection every few months, her daughter Priyanka Vadra, and Damad Shri, the most important link in the entire
Sandeep Shastri, this yatra is currently in your neck of the woods. You saw what happened in Kerala and Tamil Nadu before this. Do you think of this being as a grand success, marginal success? Are you ambivalent towards the yatra, or do you think it's really serving no purpose because the challenges in the Congress are totally different from those that Rahul Gandhi is seeking to address?
Rahul, the fact that we are having this debate shows that this yatra is having some ripples in the political spectrum. Rahul, I would say we have to focus on 3 points. One, I think in some senses the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Rahul Gandhi is an attempt to try and galvanize the party workers and keep up the spirit in the party which has been on the wane ever since the 2014 defeat. Secondly, yes, this yatra has to be seen in consonance with other developments which are happening in the Congress party, the president election, the developments in Rajasthan, earlier developments in Goa. I don't think you can see it in isolation. The rally of Rahul Gandhi, the Padyatra of Rahul Gandhi, seen independently, yes, it could be to bring the party together, but then do we lose sight of other developments within the Congress? And third and last, Rahul, I think there is no shadow of doubt that the yatra could have ripples but can it impact on the party's electoral performance is a huge question mark. You may bring together the party, you may galvanize the voters, but will it in any way impact on the party's electoral prospects? I think there is a huge question.
I think you make a very important point, and let me put that question to Rashid Kidwai. A yatra can create a ripple. I mean, given the fact that the Congress wasn't doing anything, a mass mobilization program does definitely serve some purpose. But I think Sandeep Shastri hits the nail on the head saying, how do you judge its success? Ultimately, the way to judge is whether it leads to any electoral victory. Given that there is Himachal, given that there is Gujarat, which are going to polls, at both places the Congress set for a big drubbing. In that context, will it really just, take all the sheen away from this yatra? Or a lot of the sheen away from the yatra?
Possibly, but Rahul, I think so far Yatra has been high on optics, but there are too many side shows that are happening. I mean, the Congress organizational elections is one. What happened in Rajasthan was one, and what will happen in Rajasthan, that would also unfold. Remember, here, if Mr. Ashok Gehlot consolidates his position, then you may see some kind of rebellion or some kind of assertiveness from the other person, that being Sachin Pilot. So a lot of problems are there for Rahul, and Rahul Gandhi is leaning on the members of civil society. It's some kind of repeat of during the UPA time when the NSE was making very important decisions, but they were not stakeholders. So when things went bad in UPA, you see the NSE members didn't bother. They looked the other way. They started criticizing the Congress leadership then. So these are the challenges that Rahul Gandhi faces. He's fighting on just far too many battles, and he is very indifferent in the sense that he thinks that whatever will happen, it would not affect him. And that is something, I think, which is in the kind of political arena and for a political party leader is a bit, problematic.
Okay, there's been another controversy that's hit the Bharat Jodo Yatra. BJP and Hindu groups up in arms. This after Rahul Gandhi's face was superimposed on the Karnataka state flag. They're calling it an insult to the state and its pride.
The Congress Bharat Jodo Yatra, which is winding its way through pole-bound Karnataka, has landed itself in another controversy. On Sunday, Congress workers were seen waving Karnataka state flags with pictures of Rahul Gandhi and the Bharat Jodo Yatra branding at one of the Yatra sites in Mysuru. Enraged by the incident, pro-Kannada organizations have warned the Congress party not to use Rahul Gandhi's picture on the Karnataka state flag. Pro-Kannada groups threatened to boycott the Congress if they use the state flag for politics and have demanded an apology from Rahul Gandhi.
3 दिन में जिस ढंग से, जिस तरीके से, जिस उत्साह से जनता ने हमारा स्वागत किया है, कर्नाटक में भी, बीजेपी शासित राज्य में भी, ये दर्शाता है कि भारत जोड़ो यात्रा एक ऐतिहासिक पद यात्रा है.
The BJP-backed pro-Kannada groups demand, while the Congress accused the centre of denying the state and official flag proposed by the earlier Siddaramaiah government.
They are using the Kannada flag for the Rahul Gandhi photo in Mysuru. I will condemn the photo on Kannada flag because it is Kannadiga related flag. It is a government, almost all it's a government flag.
I would like to ask the BJP government, which is our flag? Because when we asked for a separate flag for the state to invoke the Kannada pride and the Kannada language, the same state government, the same central government, BJP, refused it. And they have been here for 3 years. Why didn't they pursue it?
Amidst the furious politics over the Yatra, Congress chief Sonia Gandhi reached Karnataka on Monday to take part in the Yatra from Kodagu on October the 6th.
It seems that the Bharat Jodo Yatra in Karnataka is going to set a stage for massive confrontation between BJP and Congress. In Mandya, this is Rahul Gautam with Vijay Dalveer Singh for India Today.
Now here's the big question. Given the fact that this yatra is currently in Karnataka, given the fact that elections in Karnataka are likely in April, and you got elections in November, December in Himachal and in Gujarat, will this therefore not be able to produce the right results? Now Sandeep Shastri, that's what it will come down to. You've got a big result day sometime in the second week of December or thereabouts. And there, if in Gujarat and in Himachal, both states ruled by the BJP comes back to power, then questions will be asked whether the Yatra served any purpose at all.
You are absolutely right, Rahul. How does this Yatra in its own way transform itself into electoral support, I think is the big question. As this Yatra goes on, the preparation for Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh is simultaneously on. And these are both states where the Congress in the opposition is looking at being able to seat a ruling party, and I don't know how much the Bharat Jodo Yatra will actually contribute to that. And now that it is passing through Karnataka, I think the Karnataka unit of the Congress will try its best to use this Yatra as a moment to try and build up their campaign for next year's elections. So in Karnataka, there may be some visible traction.
No, but that's still in April.
Possible.
You got a big challenge in November, December. Rohan Gupta comes from the state of Gujarat. Now, a Yatra of this nature would have mobilized your party on the ground for what it is worth in Gujarat. Where are you at this moment, Rohan? Are you in Ahmedabad or are you in Delhi?
I am in Ahmedabad today.
Okay, thank God for that. You're in Ahmedabad, but this Yatra, if it had been in Ahmedabad, not just in Ahmedabad, but Kutch, Saurashtra, North Gujarat, had it travelled through Gujarat, it would have brought people out in the streets. You could have done Karnataka a little later, because if once in December results come out in Karnataka, and you saw that opinion poll that came out over the weekend which said the BJP winning big in Gujarat, that will take a lot of the sheen away. How do you judge the Yatra to be a success? You know, the point that Sandeep Shastri was making, it can make a ripple, but can it create a wave? And that wave will only happen if you can beat the BJP in a big state.
Absolutely, Rahul. It's not that whether it is Gujarat or Himachal, our cadres are not fighting. You will see the way 5 years back all the exit polls were proved wrong. You will see the repeat of say this time also. See, when the Yatra was started, Rahul, you know, the route was obviously decided. It was part of our Udaipur declaration that it will be from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. By the time Yatra reaches near Gujarat, it would have been close to there were different routes which were suggested. It's not that the option was not evaluated. By the time it could have come to Gujarat, it would have been Gujarat elections. And by the time it reaches Himachal, the elections were over. Apart from that, as Congress has again and again told, it's not about just specific state elections, Rahul. The major idea, the idea on which BJP is surviving is hatred. The major idea, Bharat Jodo, why this idea? Because once this idea percolates in mind of people, once this hatred goes, automatically people will understand that BJP was voted in power to do some work. BJP was voted in power to
Sanju Verma, here is Rahul Gandhi's big idea that so far it was said, what is this Congress under Rahul Gandhi trying to stand for? Through this Bharat Jodo Yatra, the sense that he is sending is the BJP is trying to divide India, I am trying to Jodo India, bring everyone together so that it is one united India. That's his big message. Now whether voters like it or not, that's for voters to decide, but at least he's got a message which he's sending to the voters of the country.
You know, Rahul, I think, I'm reminded of actually former US Secretary of State Colin Powell's famous quote. He says, you know, as a leader, you're good as long as your soldiers keep coming to you with problems. The day your soldiers stop coming to you with their problems, you've lost the right and the mantle to be a leader. And I think the manner in which, be it a Hardik Patel, be it recently Harsh Mahajan, working president, former of the Himachal Congress, be it Sunil Jhakar, be it Amrinder Singh, be it Raju Parmar and Naresh Rawal, two important leaders in Gujarat, be it Komati Reddy, Rajagopal Reddy from Telangana, or be it Jaiveer Shergill for that matter. The fact of the matter is there is a common thing which all these people who recently left the Congress said. They said we have no accessibility to the top leadership, which means the private limited company run by 4 people. When you don't have accessibility, you know, Rahul Gandhi will soon stare at a situation where he is the leader, but there is no army. The fact is you are only as good as the strength of the organization which you head. Tell me one pan-India party today which has Karyakartas, Karyakoshti, Karyakram, Karyashali and the ideology that Bharatiya Janata Party has. What is the common minimum program of Rahul Gandhi? 0. What is the ideology of Congress? A apart from ranting Modi, 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 Amit Shah, Amit Shah, Amit Shah. And wait, just 20 seconds. Here, Yogendra Yadav said, we are trying to save the idea of India. Mr. Yadav, on 14th April 2015, you formed a party called Swaraj Abhiyan, saying that the key plank of your party is to fight corrupt elements. And the thing is, it would have been funny had it not been so tragic that today you stand in solidarity with Rahul Gandhi out on bail, Sonia Gandhi out on bail, P. Chidambaram out on bail, Nalini Chidambaram out on bail, Karti Chidambaram out on bail. You stand in solidarity with a party where all the top leaders are actually fighting for their own survival. So if the likes of Yogendra Yadav, who are well past their expiry date, have no political relevance, he was ousted from the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha, if these are the kind of people who Rahul Gandhi has to lean on to gather and mobilize support, then all I can say is that Rahul Gandhi,
Yogendra ji, we've seen the Congress disintegrate in Goa, a massive crisis faced the Congress in Rajasthan. How does this yatra help Rahul Gandhi or the Congress fight Prime Minister Modi and the BJP in the next big general election of 2024?
Rahul, you probably cannot forget my former self because probably we work together, but I don't think very deeply about those kinds of questions. As I keep saying, पहले भविष्य बताने का काम करता था, अब भविष्य बनाने का काम करता हूँ. You notice what's happening in Rajasthan, you notice all these things. What I notice is the fact that the Sarasangh Chalak of RSS is now inviting Muslim intellectuals for a discussion. What I notice is that the General Secretary, a very important functionary of the RSS, acknowledges that there is unemployment, there is poverty, there is inflation. Well, for a yatra which is less than 1 month old, these are not small things. The government does not recognize that this country has inflation, unemployment, poverty. But if 1 month of this yatra has forced the real powers behind this government to acknowledge these things, that is not a bad idea. That's not a small achievement. I look at these things and I leave the counting of votes to smarter journalists like yourself, Rahul.
Okay, I let Tushar Gupta respond to this. You're linking Bhagwat ji meeting Muslim intellectuals, Dattatreya Hosable talking about inflation, unemployment, poverty as being somehow linked to the yatra. Is that too much of a stretch of the imagination? Because Dattatreya ji has made multiple comments and Bhagwat ji is meeting people all the time. He's met Muslim intellectuals now. You've got Yogendra Yadav linking it and attributing it to the success of the yatra.
You know, if I had Yogendra Yadav's imaginary powers, I would be a fiction writer, I would be a screenplay writer, I wouldn't be here. Nevertheless, Rahul, you're right, it's too much of a stretch of an imagination. Look, the brutal 2 years were 2020 and 2021. There were economic losses, people lost at an individual level, we all lost. And yet in 2022, in March, the people of India, at least 4 out of 5 states, one of them being Uttar Pradesh, said, we trust the BJP. Now, every time, Rahul, every time the discussion around Congress and Gandhi comes up, we start looking for that political holy grail that probably this is where the formula lies, this is where the solution is, this is from where the youth of fortune will emerge and something on those lines. But it's not the case. See, the problem is people are not upset with the Congress because of the party president. They are upset with the Congress because in Rahul Gandhi, they do not see a leader they would want to back, they would want to vote for. Now, anyone can go on a yatra. My simple question to the Congress spokesperson is here, that if on 20th October, let's say Mallikarjun Kharge becomes a Congress president, will he replace Rahul as the face of the yatra? It won't clearly happen. So at the end of the day, we'll keep looking for the holy grail, we'll keep connecting inflation, GST, unemployment, whatnot, while the people of India keep voting back BJP, and we'll still not address the elephant in the room, which is that people of India do not want to vote for the 3 Gandhis. That's it.
Okay, jo jeeta wahi Sikandar. I'm out of time. Rashid Kidwai, do you concede that in the end, unless Rahul Gandhi can take his party to power, electoral power, you know, all of this will be song, dance and fury, not amounting to very much. It makes a great photo opportunity, Rahul Gandhi drenched in the rain, but it doesn't mean anything unless he can lead his party to power. Modi and Shah are as powerful as they are because the BJP Karyakarta knows that they can take the party to power.
So Rahul, I think Rahul Gandhi is consciously trying to delete himself from this, state elections, etc., and project himself as some kind of alternative for 2024 or beyond. Whether he succeeds or not, and the Yatra is a step in that direction. He doesn't want to be accountable for the outcome of Gujarat, Himachal, or the other state assemblies till 2024. That would go in Kharge's kitty or whoever wins in the Congress election. It's a kind of interesting thing, unconventional strategy, and let's see what happens next.
But that's a bit convenient. There's a cricket match taking place. Your main batsman says he doesn't want to play in this cricket match. He's preparing for a match that will happen in the future. You got Arvind Kejriwal going out and batting on a pitch that isn't an up pitch at all. He's trying to go and score runs over there. And the man who should be leading his party in this election is not fighting that election at all. He is in Karnataka. But it's not been a washout. I mean, you have to give it to Rahul Gandhi to that extent that it hasn't been an absolute disaster. But minor ripples. Will those ripples lead to a wave? Will that wave lead to change? That ultimately is what the Yatra will be judged against. But hey, it's much better than being out for a vacation in Europe. So most certainly being out in the ground, drenched in the rain, is a step to that sense in the right direction. So but it's about consistency. Has he turned a new leaf? Can he? No, oh, Sanjuji, ho gaya, time is over. Time is over, Sanjay. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay.
No. I just want to say
okay, Rohan
knows. Narendra Modi on one side, Sonia plus Rahul plus Priyanka plus Robert Vadra plus Randeep Surjewala plus Ajay Maken plus Siddaramaiah plus Mallikarjun Kharge plus Shashi Tharoor plus Ashok Gehlot plus Sachin Pilot plus Bhupesh Baghel. All these people together, Modi ji ke nakhun ke barabar nahi hai. So
okay, Rohan Gupta, your 10 seconds.
Rahul, the mindset of BJP spokesperson from the time Yatra started, you can see whether you like it or you hate it, you have to talk about Bharat Jodo Yatra. And after 150 days, we'll talk what kind of impression it creates in mind of people. It's about the larger idea. People of India understand this is for the country, and you will see the results very shortly.
That is the sad story.
Okay, so I'm out of time. I don't want to weigh in one way or the other. You've heard very sharply articulated points across the political divide. I leave it to you, our viewers, to decide whether or not you think this Yatra so far is seeming like a success.